Is why you struggle with statistics. Let me guess. You sat through hours of statistics lecture and scribed through endless formula and you still don't feel confident doing real data analysis. It's not your fault. Most people were taught to memorize statistics and not to understand it. I am Dr. David Ifeoluwa, certified SaaS-based programmer, and I have spent over 10 years in the industry and now work as a university lecturer, helping people across continents solve real-world statistical problems with ease. With my over 15 years of experience, I know exactly where students get stuck and where researchers get stuck. Now, what you need is how to finally get the click. Welcome to Statistics Graduate Clinic, the channel where we break down complex statistical topics from your classroom and show you exactly how to apply them in any statistical tools of your choice, from hypothesis testing to regression, ANOVA, t-test, or even quantitative or qualitative analysis. We cover the topics your lecturer runs through in class and you still need to succeed. In case you are tired of feeling lost in class or faking your way through research, I promise you this is your second chance. Subscribe now and turn on the notification button and let's rebuild your statistics confidence. What's your own topic in statistics that you never understood and you wish to do now and understand better? Drop it in the comment section and I promise you I will cover the topic shortly. This is because statistics is not hard, bad teaching is. Let's fix this order together. Thank you and see you soon. This is why you struggle with statistics. Let me guess. You sat through hours of statistics lecture and scribed through endless formula and you still don't feel confident doing real data analysis. It's not your fault. Most people were taught to memorize statistics and not to understand it. I am Dr. David Ifeoluwa, certified SaaS-based programmer, and I have spent over 10 years in the industry and now work as a university lecturer, helping people across continents solve real-world statistical problems with ease. With my over 15 years of experience, I know exactly where students get stuck and where researchers get stuck. Now, what you need is how to finally get the click. Welcome to Statistics Graduate Clinic, the channel where we break down complex statistical topics from your classroom and show you exactly how to apply them in any statistical tools of your choice, from hypothesis testing to regression, ANOVA, t-test, or even quantitative or qualitative analysis. We cover the topics your lecturer runs through in class and you still need to succeed. In case you are tired of feeling lost in class or faking your way through research, I promise you this is your second chance. Subscribe now and turn on the notification button and let's rebuild your statistics confidence. What's your own topic in statistics that you never understood and you wish to do now and understand better? Drop it in the comment section and I promise you I will cover the topic shortly. This is because statistics is not hard, bad teaching is. Let's fix this order together. Thank you and see you soon. This is why you struggle with statistics. Let me guess. You sat through hours of statistics lecture and scribed through endless formula and you still don't feel confident doing real data analysis. It's not your fault. Most people were taught to memorize statistics and not to understand it. I am Dr. David Ifeoluwa, certified SaaS-based programmer, and I have spent over 10 years in the industry and now work as a university lecturer, helping people across continents solve real-world statistical problems with ease. With my over 15 years of experience, I know exactly where students get stuck and where researchers get stuck. Now, what you need is how to finally get the click. Welcome to Statistics Graduate Clinic, the channel where we break down complex statistical topics from your classroom and show you exactly how to apply them in any statistical tools of your choice, from hypothesis testing to regression, ANOVA, t-test, or even quantitative or qualitative analysis. We cover the topics your lecturer runs through in class and you still need to succeed. In case you are tired of feeling lost in class or faking your way through research, I promise you this is your second chance. Subscribe now and turn on the notification button, and let's rebuild your statistics confidence. What's your own topic in statistics that you never understood and you wish to do now and understand better? Drop it in the comment section and I promise you I will cover the topic shortly. This is because statistics is not hard, bad teaching is. Let's fix this order together. Thank you and see you soon. This is why you struggle with statistics. Let me guess, you saw a statistics lecture, endless formula, and you still don't feel confident doing real data analysis. It's not your fault. Most people were taught to memorize statistics and not to understand it. I am Dr. David Ifeoluwa, certified SaaS-based programmer, and I have spent over 10 years in the industry and now work as a university lecturer, helping people across continents solve real-world statistical problems.
All right, good evening, everyone. You're welcome to this session, and I would like to know if you can all see my voice now. Please let me know if you can hear me so that I can know that we are together. While doing that, also, please take note that I will appreciate if you can help us share this live session so that we can be able to reach out to as many persons as possible. In the meantime, permit me to take a little break to be able to send to share it also on our platforms so that we can have enough people to join us tonight. Tonight, we are looking straight into data analysis purely. We have used the last two sessions to consider the concept of building your data set, creating your variable, and actually data manipulations. These are the things we've been able to do in the last few weeks. So now, today, we are going straight into data analysis proper. So get your self ready, share the link, and let's have enough people join us. Thank you. I will be back shortly.
This is why you struggle with statistics. Let me guess, you sat through hours of statistics lecture and scribed through endless formula and you still don't feel confident doing real data analysis. It's not your fault. Most people were taught to memorize statistics and not to understand it. I am Dr. David Ifeoluwa, certified SaaS-based programmer, and I have spent over 10 years in the industry and now work as a university lecturer, helping people across continents solve real-world statistical problems with ease. With my over 15 years of experience, I know exactly where students get stuck and where researchers get stuck. Now, what you need is how to finally get the click. Welcome to Statistics Graduate Clinic, the channel where we break down complex statistical topics from your classroom and show you exactly how to apply them in any statistical tools of your choice, from hypothesis testing to regression, ANOVA, t-test, or even quantitative or qualitative analysis. We cover the topics your lecturer runs through in class and you still need to succeed. In case you are tired of feeling lost in class or faking your way through research, I promise you this is your second chance. Subscribe now and turn on the notification button and let's rebuild your statistics confidence. What's your own topic in statistics that you never understood and you wish to do now and understand better? Drop it in the comment section and I promise you I will cover the topic shortly. This is because statistics is not hard, bad teaching is. Let's fix this order together. Thank you and see you soon. This is why you struggle with statistics. Let me guess, you sat through hours of statistics lecture and scribed through endless formula and you still don't feel confident doing real data analysis. It's not your fault. Most people were taught to memorize statistics and not to understand it. I am Dr. David Ifeoluwa, certified SaaS-based programmer, and I have spent over 10 years in the industry and now work as a university lecturer, helping people across continents solve real-world statistical problems with ease. With my over 15 years of experience.
Okay, thank you very much. You're welcome back to this session. I'm still trying to to share a few of the link with some of our partners so that a lot of people can come online on time. So, and I would like to know if you are already with us now and if you'd like us to get started immediately. We don't have luxury of time and we have a lot we will like to do this session. So I would want us to manage on time and get started on time. So please, if you are with us now, please let us know so that uh, we can start immediately. Let us know you are ready. Just say I'm ready. Let's start so that we can start. I don't want to keep us waiting for tonight's session. Are we still live? Just want to be sure we are live. Oh, it looks like I'm on my own. Let me be sure if we are live. Okay, good. Oh, good. So now we are going to start with I think I'm not good now. So we are going to start with the ideology we are working with so that it can be easier for us. I'm going to try to use the existing data set that we use for our assignment and we'll pick it up from there. How many of you, if I may know, if you have issues with your assignment and probably the video I released late earlier today, and you would like me to clear something before we go ahead, please let me know from the chat so that I will be able to carry everybody along. From my belief, this is where we stopped. From the video I released, I already uh, spoke about the concept of sorting, selecting, and splitting files. We've done that in the assignment. So what I want us to handle now is basically how to run certain basic analysis, that's histogram, bar chart, and pie chart using the existing data set. Then we'll walk that one also through. So week 3 that we are supposed to do today majorly and perform basic statistical analysis and apply t-test procedures, and I will explain briefly the concept of hypothesis testing. I'm not going to dwell much on it. I'll just explain the concept of hypothesis testing to us. Then we can now quickly look at one sample t-test, two sample t-test. Please let me be sure that we are together, please. Uh, exactly. The network is somewhere, so I'm not too sure I have the house intact. So I would like you to keep me posted so that I'll be sure that you are with me on this one, please. O- Okay. Now, as you know, you have it. We already created the data, the data analysis and the data clean. We've done that. I saved it earlier, so I want to open it now. So I'll press Control O. The benefit of the control is to help me open an existing data set. So I just want to open that now. I don't know whether this is where I kept it. So this is not where. So that should be okay. I'm trying to locate where the data set is. Um, okay. So this is week two complete solution. So this is what I will work on. So I will open it so that I can continue the work from there. All right, good. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining us. All right, so I have this now. This is the data set. I've done the cleaning and I want to now do basic analysis. Now, in the course of the analysis, sometimes you may still have to go back and do a few other basic analysis. For instance, what you do first now is descriptive. You come to frequency, descriptive frequency. I want to know how many gender do I have. Now, age is numeric. So we already created age group. So I'd rather go for age group. Because if I do frequency count for age, it won't make any sense. Because it's continuous. So it won't make any sense. So what I would rather do for this one is descriptive analysis. I will soon be there. So we have item category. Let's have item category. Majorly the now quantity. That quantity is numeric in the actual sense. So we can leave that. We can consider region. We can also consider item. There's a payment method. Then we can consider customer value rating. Now, all of these variables here, they are all categorical in nature. So if we conduct a frequent, now we can also do basic statistics for them, like do standard deviation, variance, see mean, median, mode, depending on what you need. You don't just click all of these things. Just be sure of what you need, but so that you can understand that we have all of them here. That's the purpose of clicking them now. Now, chart is the most important thing here. You can have what we call bar chart, you can have what we call pie chart, then you can have what we call histogram chart. Now, you can't have histogram chart in this concept because what we are dealing with is categorical in nature. I will show you how to run charts differently. I'll show you how to run chart differently. So you click on bar chart and you say continue. Now you can use frequency or percentage depending on how you want to report your work. I'm talking about the bar chart we want to do now. We want to use bar chart. So you click continue and you click OK. All right, so we now have results. We have the basic descriptive statistics here. You see the mean, median, mode, standard deviation. But this is not my point of attention here because this is categorical and it will be better I just come from this angle. Look at it here, gender. So you can now report that we have 101 female, 104 male, while 19 others are missing. All right, so that gives us 224. You remember that it was 240, but during the course of data preparation, we already do away with a few of them. So we also have the age group. So we have the highest population of people that normally buy from this store, purchase from this store to be middle age. And that's normal. It's middle age that goes out to buy stuff at the end of the day. Then followed by adult first, sorry. Then after adult, middle age, then followed by senior citizen. Then we have the youth. Then we have the category. So the highest tier is actually 40. Now, it's difficult for me to identify anyway. So that's one of the benefits of chart. Then we have the region. We have the payment method. You see that we didn't have all those error again. Now we now have the chart. So you can see that they are closely related here. They are closely related here. Now, it may be difficult for you to identify at default. You see, we have for gender, we have for age, thank you very much. We have for item category, then we have them across board. Now, to help you, because for those of us that normally deal with questionnaire and survey, you don't need to go through graphs platform. I'm going to show us that one. However, if you have your descriptive like this, so let me use this place to teach you how to work on your chart. This chart is beautiful, but it's not mature enough. So now you will double click on gender. Now pay attention from here now. You will double click on gender so that it can trigger the editor. See that there is a change. You can see that there is a change. So we want to trigger the editor. You keep triggering until this comes out. Now, if you look at what we have here, this is not what I'm looking for because this one has not brought out all the options. You have three options there: chart size, field border. So I will try and click somewhere else. Now you see that there's a difference now. See that there's a difference, but that's not what I want yet. I've not really achieved what I want. I've not achieved what I want. There is something I want to trigger that I've not been able to get it done. So I can go over that again. I double click this. Ah, okay. Aha. So clicking on the bars help me bring out all the options. So I can come to depth and angle to turn it to 3D. Turning it to 3D, if you apply, you see the difference now. You see that it has changed. It has changed. So now, you see this part, you will need to calm down to understand it, to be able to beautify it. So the more you do it, the better. Look at the, I want you to pay attention here now. I'm trying to pick a particular bar out of the two. So I'll come to fill and border. Let me change this one to green. Oh, okay, this is lemon. Okay. You see now, just trying to find a way to make it different from the default. Apply. All right. So let's just continue. It's not meant to bring all those anyway, but fine. Now I feel this is too far, so I can work here. I can work here. No, let me come to bar option. That bar option is too big for me. So let me make it 55. Apply. See that it's now looking better. I want to believe you understand what we are trying to do now. So it's now looking visible. So now let me change the background to make it better. So if I pick black here and apply, it's getting better. There's something around here that I'm not pleased with. I can also touch that part. Can I can touch that part. I'm still working on frame, fill and border. That's what I'm still working on. I want to change that part to, will this one be okay? No, let me change it to yellow. Let me see how it will be. Okay, so I can do the same thing here and make it yellow also, so that we can have something meaningful. Now, if I click on this, I can now, if I right click on this, I can say show labels. So now the moment you come, you see the label immediately. The moment you come, you see the label immediately. Let's just leave this one at this so you can just close. When you close everything here, you see that the chart itself has changed. And I want to believe it's looking beautiful. Let me hear what you think. I will do another one anyway. Let me hear what you think so that before we go ahead, I'm waiting. So maybe while waiting, let me do another one that is beyond the regular. Okay, I think we can use, let's use this border. So once again, you double click it. When you double click it, you double click it until it will trigger what you want. So I turn it to a 3D and I apply it. Having applied, I begin to pick it one by one. You have to be careful so that when you are trying to, good job. So when you are trying to pick, feel, and bother, sometimes you can just explain what you don't like because if you are not careful, if you pick everything, there may be an issue. Maybe an issue. So I don't know what's going on. Why is doing this, but it's not meant to do that anyway. But I'm not going to pay attention on that because I don't want to we are live, so I don't want to. So it's not meant to be showing this anyway. It's not meant to be showing this. I will check that one out later. What else have I not? So now I can change the background now. Let me use black. I love using black, so it will make it more. No, that's not what I want. So you have to be careful what you are picking. Until it gives you what you want, you not just go ahead. Until it gives you what you want, you won't go ahead. Let me you see that it's not meant to be here. And now I did something the other time. I asked it to show me label. No, there's another thing you can do here. You can transpose chart. You see it now. So there is nothing you can't try with it actually. So just just be flexible with whatever thing you are trying to do. Understand why you are doing it. If I want to change the bar size, it's too much for me. The bigger it is, the less beautiful it becomes. Uh, so I love it this way. So you can use any other thing, variables here. You see now, you can turn it to pie chart. Okay, I'm going to have to do that one too. Now you may decide to bring it closer. Please pay attention to see the effect of this. See that you see that one, or you bring it lesser distance. Okay, let's make it 24. So it becomes bigger. So that's just the concept there. The moment you are done, you can just close this, and you have it as option there. You can see it there. So that's how you build all this chart for questionnaire. Please pay attention. Now let me work on this. I want to change this one to pie chart. You know what we did was bar chart. So I can change it from here to pie chart. So you don't have to stress yourself by trying to by option. Okay, no. Depth and angle. Okay, I've talked about this one. Okay, so variables here now. If you come here and change it to pi, apply it. No, right. Yeah, you see now that it has changed to pi. So I can come to depth and angle and make it 3D. Then I want to try and bring it closer to me. So I can become bigger. So we have it as 3D now. So we have it here. So we can make this place green. See that it's not showing that nonsense that it was showing before. So uh, uh, I know it's not meant to be bringing all those options. So now let's make this one purple. Should we? No, let's have this. Now we are still here. You can change this from this to be this. And that's anti-clockwise. Now this depth, let's make the depth 25. Let's apply this. See how big it becomes. That's where we have to do that from. But I think I'm not first slice after this. Let's have this. You see now, but you can let's turn it to clockwise so that everything can be fine. If I don't want to have the slides, I'll just say this apply. So now, what else are we doing here? Let's check what we are trying to do. Categories. Looks like I'm not impressed with the color separation. You can always do that yourself, when you use fill and border. So we can also attempt to show the labels. See, I show one label, so I'll have to pick everything and show data label. That's all. So it's not that serious to do. So you don't have to stress yourself again going to build any irregular data set. So we have this now. Now let's also look at another very important part. You see that we are no longer wasting our time now. We are not just going straight to the point because we now understand basic things. That's the purpose of firstly taking our time to handle that. Now let's assume we really want to build normal charts. We want to build graph, especially for those of us that are working as data analysts, not necessarily statistical analysts. Like you work with a company whereby what you do majorly is to work on big data and now bring out a very beautiful visualization. That place may not be the right place to go for you. Before I finish, let me quickly do something also. So let's assume for the continuous variables, so you come to descriptives for the continuous. For instance, this age is continuous. This amount, customer price of item is continuous. So you can just do continuous here and pick. That's what you are supposed to do. If you could remember, for those of you that still remember, we have talked about this the first day of the class. The chart I sent to you to know the kind of analysis that is required for your type of data. So this is what we have here now. So we have range, minimum, maximum, like so we did for each, and because it's continuous data, let's assume I want to build the I can build histogram for this one, but let me use normal chart. So you come to graph. When you get to graph, you will click chart builder. So from the chart builder, all you need to do is to look for the chart that you want. So let's assume histogram is what I want to do. You click on histogram here. You see this histogram, you bring it here. You will drag it here. So now I want to look at for the amount. That's what I want to pay attention to. Okay, let's do for age. Let's do histogram for age. That's histogram for age. You can ask it to display normal curve. This is very important. So in fact, this age separation is normal. So you can just say okay. You will have your data here, and then you can now go ahead with all the paparazzi editing. You see it now. This is how to do what we call histogram charts. So without necessarily having to go and start doing descriptive, so this is where you're supposed to do charts. I don't know if you understand this part. Now let's also do another thing, graphs, chart builder. I told you should learn to always reset. Now this time around we want to do bar chart. I've done one earlier, so here I will do cluster bar chart. I will drag that one in. Now for this one, can we do something like, for cluster bar chart, can we do something like region? Let's bring region here. If we do region, and we now do mode of payment, payment method, you drag down, you see now cluster on X, you drag that one here. Are we together? Now I want us to now use the not normal count. Let's use the price of item that they purchase. Let's use that one. You see, it's bringing mean, but I will not want to use mean. So you come here and use sum, so that you can sum. So sum is better. You understand now, like amount that they use in general. Then you just say okay. Then my brothers and my sister, you already have your clustered bar chart. Is this thing making sense? So in the east, you have, you can always edit this one, that. So you can double click so that you can be able to relate with what we are trying to do. So you can double click, right click, Let's ask it to show us label. Okay, show label. So let's come out. Just for the purpose of understanding. That's why I just have to do this so that you can see now. So comfortably from this chart now, you can know what the representation of all of them. You can know the representation of all of them. So that's how to do clustered bar chart. Please let me know if you have a concern. Oh, it's well understood. Okay, very good. Very good. Yeah. Okay. So that's how to have what we call a cluster bar chart. Okay, let me if we are good, should I continue? Just type continue so that I can be sure I'm really carrying you along and you are now beginning to understand what you are trying to do. We have two things to do tonight. I want us to complete this data set, then we'll now look for a real case study, like I said, then that's what we'll fix. And anywhere we get to for the 2 hours, that will be the end. I know you'll be able to handle the rest yourself. So let me know if let me I just want to be sure that we are together. So let me know if I should continue. Just tell me continue so that I would be able to continue. Oh, very good. Very good. I'm happy. Looks like you see now everything is now just entering, just entering, just entering. So many of you would not know the value of what is entering now. It's on the basis of the energy you are putting in the data preparation. Those are the difficult parts. Analysis part is very simple, but if you don't understand data entry, data preparation, you just be stressing yourself and one can be doing wrong analysis that is not applicable. I'm happy to hear that we are moving. So having done okay, excuse me, I'm trying to follow up with our comment. Okay, so we can do as many charts as possible with this anyway. As many charts as possible. Just be so sure that you know what you are trying to do. You don't have to just run analysis because you feel like you have to run analysis because it answers your question. Don't forget insights. You have something you are trying to discover from the whole data set because the more the analysis and that are irrelevant, the more you will not be able to bring out the most important information that you need. So let's look at the what we are expected to do. Okay, now I want to be sure that we have captured everything I put here. That's the point. So we have done creating bar chart and pie chart. So now working with output viewer and pivot tables. Okay, let me see if I can quickly bring in something here. So can we quickly do, I've done descriptive frequency, percentage, mean, and standard deviation. So now let me quickly talk about hypothesis testing. But before I do that, let me quickly show us how to export our work rightly. You see, normally what I will do, you can see that there are a lot of things here that are irrelevant. If you send your work to your clients like this, they will be frustrated because it's not looking presentable. So just find a way to take away some irrelevant information before you send to them, just before you export. Then after exporting, you just do a few other editing so that your output can look presentable to your client. So it's very important to pay attention to this part. So let's say file, then you export. So after now, I won't be collecting output from SPSS again. I will be collecting output from PDF. So now, but normally I recommend that you should export to doc. I will tell you why. That now you click on browse. I already explained this in the video I released in the afternoon. I explained it very well there, so you can just check that later. Statistics graduates, let's come to cohort 1. So now I will just say week 2 solution, solution out, output, week 2 solution output. So you just save like that and you are good to go. All right. So you say okay. See that it's saving the export to a file. So when it's done, you can locate the folder that you sent the work to. You can just easily locate it. I think we sent it to cohort 1. This is it. So you open it here. You will open it here, and after opening it, you see now there are so many irrelevant information here. This thing is just like giving you update about what you do on each page. So you just find a way. So the number of analysis that you conduct will determine the number of, so every time you click, you have something, you have information that is notes that is updating on what you did. So that's what I normally do. I just find a way to make my work more presentable here. Then I can now convert it to PDF before sending it to anybody I want to the client or that I want to send it to. So we have that now. So you can just, okay, you see that this one is dropping. It's just a way of trying to get your work to be very neat. That's just the whole idea here. For those of us that are in academia, you don't, if it's your work, you don't have to stress yourself here. You can just bring out what you need, you just copy them and go and paste it in your report. But maybe you are working for a client, you will have to present the work in a way that they will appreciate. That's the purpose. See that we have another descriptive here. So you pick it, you take it off so that you can, because else they will just be confused like, I don't understand everything you sent to me because they don't understand truly. So these are the notes for this chart. Remember the chart builder that we built. So you will keep having notes like that, and you have to also be ready to know how to remove irrelevant information. So this is the chart that we really need here. You can always increase the chart from here. You can always do all those things if you want to. You can always do anything you want to do here. So that's oh, we take the bar chart. Deborah Folorunso, I'm just seeing your message regarding retaking the bar chart. But I will look into it. I will do it in the main classwork we want to do. So I promise I will pay attention to that the next time. I think I got that message late. So just find a way to delete all irrelevant, deletable. Just find a way to delete all irrelevant uh, stuff. So you can see that now we now have 7 pages compared to what we had earlier. So this one now is now presentable to your clients. You see it now. You can just pick whatever thing you want. Then you control save it. Then you can now turn it to PDF. You should know how to turn Word document to PDF. In case you do not know, you click here, click Save As, you click on Browse. Then if you click here, now you will see PDF. So you just turn it to PDF. Click to Solution Cohort 1. So it is now this PDF that you will now send to your client if you don't want them to be able to uh, if you don't want them to be able to access your or correct your work. So this one now with this they can't edit what you have sent. So it's very stable and easy to go by. So that's the concept of data reporting. Now let's just quickly come back to our SPSS and continue with our analysis. Now what we want to do now is basically to consciously look at the concept of basic statistical analysis Now, I wanted to talk about hypothesis testing. It's very important to understand hypothesis testing. In fact, as a as a data analyst over the years and someone who is in statistics, I have seen so many experiences. A lot of people, oh, I can imagine someone running research and the only thing you are presenting is frequency and table. No, there's a need to test a claim to confirm a procedure. So that's the concept of hypothesis testing. And hopefully, this will be part of the document I'll be releasing. You need to understand hypothesis testing. You really need to. You really need to. You need to. Just reading through will make you understand. And I cannot be teaching this here, but just this document, by the time we are done, it will be part of your incentive for completing this training that will be sending to because as an analyst, you need to understand this part very well. You need to be able uh, to explain why you are doing what you are doing. So, what do we call hypothesis testing? Hypothesis is a decision-making process for evaluating claims about a population. So, okay, we someone is saying that uh, people are now preferring to use Vivo. Which other phone is that? Please help me. That people now prefer to use them compared to um compared to Techno, Infinix, and Itel. That there is this new level of phone that people prefer in terms of Android. If you cannot afford Samsung and it's like so that looks like an average level that is actually entering the market. Don't mind me, I mentioned Vivo. I've been using Vivo for quite some time now. So that's an hypothesis. Somebody's making that claim. So what do? You now go to market and you want to confirm whether that claim is correct or not. You want to check whether that claim is correct or not. So if the claim is not correct, you cannot just go ahead. So you have to confirm that the claim is correct. That's an example of what we are talking about. Someone trying to okay, red mine. Thank you very much. Red mine. Someone just trying to check whether what you are trying to do is claim like what you've claimed, whether it's correct or not. So this is the concept of hypothesis testing. So you may want to test anything. So let's take for instance now in this our own case. So we want to test. Somebody is saying that the average age of our participant is 40. The average age of our participant is 40 and we want to test that. So you come to analyze, then you come to compare means. Average age is 40. So you cannot be doing categorical data here. It has to be continuous data. That's why we are using age now. So you see one sample t test. For one sample t test, you should have test value. So since the person is claiming that is 40, so you put 40 here and you bring age here. It is that simple, nothing serious if you are doing t test. But don't forget, when you are dealing with t test, one sample t test, that's one t. I wish I can quickly go back to that slide. I wish I can lay my hand on the slide that I gave you earlier. You would have been able to, that would have been a reminder class for some of us. Let me see if I'm able to. Okay, I think I've seen this slide. That may just be a reminder for some of us. Yeah, okay, I'll just quickly show us. I want to use just one eye under this session, so I'm trying to watch my time before we go to real practical session. You remember this place now, univariate, continuous, inferential statistics, t-test. You see it now? That's what we've done here. That's what we've done here. Because it is univariate, it is continuous. When we wanted to do descriptive, if you remember, we used histogram. Do you remember that? Now we are dealing with inferential part. So we come here and we use t-test. Do you understand that at all? So that's the concept of what that is happening here. That's how you determine what you want to do. When we were using categorical data, descriptive, we use graph, bar, pie chart. Remember now? Then we use frequency also. But if you want to do inferential for this now, we will conduct a chi-square. So let me give you an instance of how to conduct that chi-square. Now we've done the t-test here. So look at the answer here. Your significance is saying it's less than 0.05. That's what you have here. So what that means is that, what is your H naught? Your H naught is that mean age is equal to 40. Now, what you are getting now, your T-cal is greater than your T-tab. And what do we call that? We said the rule of thumb, for those of you that did statistics, we said that rule of thumb is to reject H naught if a T-cal is greater than T-tab. So that means the average age of our buyer is actually not 40. It's not 40. So it may be greater than 40 or lesser than 40. Even if we look at the result we had earlier, maybe it may even corroborate what we are talking about here, where we had for age. Now look at the age now. Adult, what was the calculation for our adult? Adult was supposed to be, was it not supposed to be between 25 and 44? 25 and 44. So, you see now, so we are saying that no, it's not, because if you look at it, most of these people are here. So there are more higher people around this side. So it's not 40. The average rate is not 40. It's actually greater than or equal to 40. That's the concept, because this in this case is a two-tailed test that we are doing. Please let me know if there's anyone with any question before we also go further. Let me entertain question here before we go further. That's the concept of t-test. That's how to decide t-test. For those of us that are doing our masters, you need to understand this part very well. You need to understand how to interpret results very well. But if I want to pay too much attention, I may not be able to capture other things I want to do tonight. So we can also do for total purchase anyway. Let's do for total purchase. We analyze, compare means, one sample t-test. So this time around, you remember that we said 10,000. So to determine our valuable customer, you remember that was what we did the other time. So we are saying that, okay, so customer, so price, this is what we will now use this time around. Let's see what happens. So we are claiming that an average customer spend 10,000 naira at least for us. So we are saying no, it's more or less like lesser. You remember that when we did the frequency, if you go and check the video I released this afternoon, I explained this part. So that means we cannot go for that. So we also reject the null hypothesis that the average spending of each transaction is $10,000 naira. Sorry, so it's not. So we are rejecting the H now. Let me check whether we have anybody with any question here. How do we know if the variable is inferential or descriptive? Oh, that's a very beautiful question. If we could, how can we undo on please, Mr. David Adebola, can you please be clear with your question? If we could, how can we undo on SPSS? I've told you one of the reasons deliberately introduced you to the code with different variable is so that if you make mistake, you can delete that new variable you created and use another variable, and I mean create the new variable itself. But if you are coding on existing variable and you make a mistake, my brothers and sisters, you may have to close everything you have done and start all over again. I told you the video I released earlier that I had a challenge. Sincerely, I did the first time, I didn't know the app was not recording. The second time, I made one mistake like that, so I had to start all over again. The third time, so these are the process for when that involve data analysis concept. How do we know if the variable? Now, if you want to know the state, I've explained this descriptive and inferential very well. First class, go back to first video and go and study it. If you are trying to describe what has happened, you're trying to describe what has happened, that is descriptive statistics. You ask, okay, this is what we have here, this is how it is here, this is how, that's what you are doing. You are not telling us what is hidden. You are not making inference. You are only stating what is there. That description, you are describing what we have. But if you are trying to make an inference, that is what we call inference, you are inferring. That is, you are saying an average customer that will come to us or that has come to us. So you are not limiting it to people you have access to. And you get what I'm saying? That's like predicting. Then you talk about inference. Do you understand, Mr. Yomide Quadri? So, an average person, when you're carrying out research, you describe the state of your data set first, then you go further by bringing out inferential decision, and that's what we have here. Yes, we can say that 20 people are this, 30 people are this, 45 people are this, but what can we conclude on at the end of the day? That's the concept of inferential statistics. Which statistical tool to use? No, 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 no. That's not the right question. How do we know which estimator that we should use? That should be the right question. That's responding to Mr. Abdulkarim Damilola. What you want to do, the problem you are trying to solve, what you are trying to find out, will determine whether you want to use t-test, chi-square, ANOVA, and the likes. Now, take for instance, I've shown us that slide earlier today. Let me show you one more time. Take for instance here now. I want to conduct inferential statistics on one variable, which is univariate. Then that one variable, is it continuous? Yes, it is continuous. I used age. Then I come to what? Inferential statistics. What are the options I have there? I have t-test because I want to check whether the average mean is 40 or not. The average age of people that are patronizing, that are purchasing from us, if it's 40 or not. That's the that's the idea for determining the kind of estimation that you use, the kind of test you have to perform. Yes, the kind of test you have to perform. That's the kind of way it works. That's the way it works. To know the so that's the way it works. Please let me see whether there are other questions. Let me see if there are other questions so that I can answer them appropriately. Prof, I don't understand again. Please re-explain the hypothesis. I said it earlier, Mr. Adedayo Folorunso. I said it earlier that I'm not going to dive into hypothesis testing too much. If I do, we may not be able to uh, undo the other main project I said we are going to undo. Or maybe I should ask, should I teach hypothesis testing now and we should forfeit the main work we want to do? Let me hear from the first 10 people, then I'll make a decision. Whatever thing you say now, should I teach this hypothesis testing purely? That would be theory anyway. It's majorly theoretical. Should I teach it? And then we close for today, or we should go and do that practical work we want to do. Please let me hear you so that we can know. I'll go the way you want. So hypothesis testing is, I intend to share this slide at the end of the training. I'll share this training so that you can understand. I have about 48 slides here. Okay. I'm waiting for your response. I don't understand what you mean by yes, I'll be. I don't understand what you mean by no. Please be very direct with your response. Abolade Funmilayo, you are supposed to remember hypothesis testing, obviously. I taught you hypothesis testing. uh, okay, teach hypothesis testing. No, let's follow agenda. Okay, Bukun is saying we should follow agenda. Okay, somebody is saying practical. Okay, we have 2-1. Let's have 10 people. Let's have 10 people. Let's follow agenda. Okay, 3-1. Let's proceed to practical, sir. 4-1. Let's carry on the practical. Good. So everybody, we already have a good number of persons going that we should go on with practical, and I love that, and that's what we are supposed to do. But I don't want it to look like. But this slide, if I can even schedule a day, maybe another time, from our statistics graduate clinic to teach the concept of hypothesis testing. So many people don't really understand this thing, and this is where the problem is. I've always said it. If most of the research work carried out by most of our people that are not scientists. I mean, even scientists themselves that are not statisticians, if they are to be deployed in industry, there will be problem, because a lot of people just perform any statistical analysis on their data that does not has anything to do with what they are trying to do. This has been the challenge over the years, and we've kept on saying it. We've been saying it that Nigerian University Commission should quickly intervene. That you are asking an engineer to teach statistics is a problem in the actual sense. It's my personal opinion, because even when as I teach engineer statistics in their 100 level days, they don't pay attention. They just want to pass it and move on. This is the bitter truth. So when they now graduate with a good grade and you're asking them to come and teach that statistics, they won't have in-depth understanding. And this may be very difficult to explain. So these are the issues anyway. So that's why statistics should be taught regardless of the department or the course. Because it's the same thing, it's the same concept. It's just the application that differs. That's the problem. A lot of people are applying statistical analysis without understanding what they want to do or what they should use it for. So they just end up applying the wrong statistical analysis on the wrong data set. Somebody trying to conduct oh okay okay I'm happy to hear this. So one of these days I'm going to really look at it, and you will be happy. You can be so sure that if you want to be a statistical analyst, not data analyst now, you need to understand hypothesis testing. You need to understand it like the back of your palm. A lot of people don't know this thing. A lot of professors, yes, I'm not apologetic to say this, a lot don't know it. It's not their fault though, it's not their feed. It's not their feed. And a lot of people have applied these things wrongly, and it can be very painful. However, I want to let you know that you are good to go. You are good to go in this. Just stay glued to Saiska Graduate Clinic. One of these days, in fact, I make a promise before the end of September, we will make our next webinar. The webinar for September will be on hypothesis testing, purely for non-statistician. Hypothesis for non-statistician. So that's a promise. If you're happy to hear that, just let me see I. So I will be aware that you're happy with the initiative. Now, having said that, these are the stuffs I already asked you to do, and which some of us have done. So this one t-test analysis. Let me see if I can quickly do this other one. Okay. Let me see if I can do if I can do independent t-test. So let's say if you want to do independent t-test in this case, let's assume that I have total purchase. So I want to compare gender. So let's check for example now, to compare the needs of two independent groups on a continuous variable. So let's say male versus female on total purchase. Male versus female on total purchase. Like you want to know whether the purchasing power between the gender, whether there is a difference between them. So independent test. So you come to analyze, compare means, the independent sample t-test. That's what you pick. You see that you have this one different here. So we want to look at the payment, no, price, excuse me, price of item purchased, that's the amount. Now you want to use gender. So that one can only be 2. The moment it is more than 2, you can no longer do t-test. It becomes experiment ANOVA. It becomes ANOVA immediately. The moment it's more than 2, it becomes ANOVA. All right, so now you click on define group and you have 1 and 2 there. Then you just say okay. Now you can come here to have a few other discrete 95% confidence. I would explain all these confidence interval of the thing. I will explain them all when we get to the hypothesis testing. So now you have this now, and from what we have here, you can comfortably come out and say, look at what we have here now. This for Levante, this is the test equality. So this is less than, so there is no difference. You can say there is no difference. No, you reject H naught, so it's still less than 0.05. So there is a difference in the spending level of gender, whether it's male or it's female. There is actually a difference between male and female. So it's not the way male spend is different from the way female spend. All of you will agree with me now that our female gender, they enjoy spending over spending actually. That's by the way. Please, our sisters online, please don't hit me for this. So so female gender get to enjoy spending over spending. So like they get an handbag that will do the spending. So that's why it's saying that the way we spend differs according to gender. That's actually the summary of the findings. The way we spend differs according to gender. Please let me. What's going on? I hope I've not lost this. Okay. Oh, thank you, lovely Udo. Sincerely, I forgot to. Sincerely, I forgot. Okay. What should we what should we use as assignment for today? What should we use as assignment for today? All right. So that I can get to know students that are taking part in my classes. Snap yourself, like your personal picture. You don't have to snap selfie. Hey, your personal, please not make up pictures, not make up pictures. Your personal picture, just send it, attach it as assignment so that I can know the face of people that we are coming in contact. It's for you alone, nobody else sees it. I'm the only one that will see the assignment. So there is no concern, there is no challenge. Let me just know people I'm teaching. Let me know people that we are connecting so that when we meet ourselves, you guys have been seeing me, but I have not been seeing you guys. So I think that will be fine now. So please, the assignment will be your personal picture. Please not make up picture so that I can know the face that I am actually looking at. I hope that's good for us and good by us so that we can now go to the next major work. All right. So permit me to shut this one down now so that we can do a full new work entirely. All right. So now, please follow me now. So please follow me here. You can see that download. You can see that I downloaded this data set. That's to 6 p.m. Nigerian time. You can see that's when I downloaded the data set. So now this is the chapter 1 to 3 of the client, and this is the data set that she wants me to analyze for her. So I will just send in the data set here. Whether I read what he wants or not, one thing is certain. That thing is that I must be able to firstly clean the data set. I'm being sincere with you. I'm opening this data for the first time. I'm opening it for the first time. It's a real work, and the work must be delivered latest by tomorrow night. So I will start here, and anything I do here is what I'm giving to the client. Are we together? So yes, I did that your following show. Is that's already less than 0.05. So the moment is greater than 0.05, then you will accept H naught. The moment is greater than 0.05, you accept H naught. So the concept is reject H naught if your cal is greater than your tab. But I will explain the concept of the alpha. I will explain the concept of the alpha much more later in that hypothesis testing. So please permit us to just move on now. Permit us to move on now. Now, ladies and gentlemen, some of the things I taught you are foundational. Now, the more you work, the more you go, the more you understand a better way or faster means to get your work done. So sometimes you don't really have to uh recode all of these things to analyze, because what we want to do here is just frequency count, so there is no need actually. And beautifully for us, the person already brought in the data set as numeric, you can see. So what I will just do is I will come to variable view and sort everything, and the analysis will continue. Fortunately for me, the label has even come. The label has come. I don't need timestamp, so I will remove timestamp. Now marital status, e has not valued. So my major work here is actually to value. That's my major work. So now for me to be able to value, I need access to the questionnaire. And I know the questionnaire should be here. The questionnaire should be here, and the questionnaire should be here. All right. The questionnaire should be here. So this is where the questionnaire is. So whether it's academic work, whether you are the one working for a business, consulting for a company that you want to help them carry out survey, this is how to do it. There's no, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal to do. It's not a big deal to do. So this is it. So I will just minimize so that I can do both together. Oh, Kolawole Victoria is just joining. Yeah, sorry. Probably you were in a meeting. All right, you meet us along the line later. You can watch the other part much more later. So what we want to do now is mostly important. You came in at the right time. I've not seen Mrs. Abigail anyway. Okay. It looks like a lot of people are dropping out already. Oh. We have always maintained like 50-50 in our live classes, but it looks like a lot of people are getting tired. It's not easy. It's not easy. And one of the challenges of free something, because if you had paid, some of us would not have just chicken out anyhow. So now let's come to value, and it starts with gender. And one, we mean male, and two, we mean female. Let me be very frank with you. Now, the data set that came here now might be misleading. I'm the one assuming that this person is making one male and two female. I'm the one assuming. The person did not tell me how the data set was entered. So I will need to reach out to the person to know whether one actually means, okay, no, I don't even need all this, sorry. I don't need all this. They are string. They are string, so I don't need them. I don't need them at all. So I'll just come back, see that they are string, so I don't need to value them. I don't need to value it. I don't need to value this one. Yes, because it's already string, and there's no need stressing myself with it. So where I will start from is from this numeric. I complete assigned task within stipulated deadline. So that's where we'll start from. So that's supposed to be section B. So look, so the data dictionary is already here. I complete, so I'll come here. It says the person, look at it, the person has defined it here. So we'll just follow what the person has said. So the person said very high extent is 4. So this is 4. So high extent is 3. I didn't say they should snap themselves as attendance. So I said a picture of you that does not involve makeup. That's the attendance, not snap yourself. You don't have to stress yourself to snap yourself. A picture of you that does not have makeup, especially for our sisters, please. That's all, so that I can recognize if I see you. You don't know how to do attendance. Just your picture now. Just attach your picture. I will initiate the attendance after this class. So now after this, what do we have next? Low extent. And that will be 2. Then we have 1 to be very low extent. Very low extent. Now I will add. Now look at this question. I complete. From I complete. Now look, if you look at it, it's still following the same thing. It's following the same thing up to question 20. That's I report any address. I report an address instance of. So I will copy this. Like I will copy this one. I will copy it and I will paste it to I report an address. I report an address. Ctrl V. Simple. I report an address. That's value. You see that it's very simple now. So I don't have to be stressing myself up and down, up and down, up and down. So I'm now already teaching you sharp method. Yes. So the next one is section C. Oh, it's still the same thing. Very high extent, very high extent, low extent, very low extent. So I'll check that one up to. Okay, that one ends on good. Look at this now. That one ends on there is a feeling of sense of belonging. So feeling of sense of belonging. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There is a feeling of sense of belonging. That's where that question ends. So I paste the same thing because it's using the same Likert scale concept. Please let me know if you are getting me here. I need to be sure you are with me and you are getting me. Yes, because they are using the same Likert scale. So it's only this last part that is different, that is using section D is now using strongly agree, disagree, strongly disagree. That's the only difference here now. So I will pick this one. So I'll say 4 is strongly agree. 3 is agree. 2 is disagree. And 1 is strongly disagree. Add. Okay. Now let's see where that one also ends. Wow. So that's what we have all through. So we'll paste it across board. Simple. We are done with the first part of the analysis like that. Okay, we are good. So now with this, all I need to do is from this work now. I know since it's questionnaire based, I will just run to the chapter 3 and see what the person is interested in. That's why anybody that gives me work to do, I normally request for their chapter 1 and their chapter 3. From their chapter 1, I will know what they want to do. This is the research questions, and that's how you see A, B, C, D. The A is demographic sector, while B, C, D are each of them. Then the hypotheses are also listed that way. The hypotheses are listed that way. Now, somebody will ask, how do we now use all those variables? I will show you now. So that's what they want to do. There will be no significant influence of workplace. So this place now is categorical in nature. This is categorical in nature actually. And because it is categorical in nature, we can now use chi-square here. We can use ANOVA because you have like 4 different levels. That's what some of the analysis you cannot perform after the normal frequency. So what do? I just come to analyze here. I hope I don't have the output open. Yes, I come to analyze descriptive frequency. This trick I'm showing you online today is a big trick. Oh, so many of you will be surprised that this is what they collected big money from me from. It's when you want to do your own, you know that it's not that easy. So we have the mean. I normally need the mean and standard deviation in reporting. So for me, I don't only help people analyze. I will help them discuss it. Analysis is majorly in discussion. So we have this now. Normally, I will not want to bother myself to create charts for everything. That's what I do. So during the report, I can just create a few charts where I feel I want. That's what I'll just do. And ladies and gentlemen, with this. Now, you are seeing missing value, Abi. Where is this missing value coming from? Okay, I think I have an idea. I have an idea. Let's see what we have here. Data view. Okay, it's 189 actually. It's even 189. Okay, so where is the missing value coming from? All right, so you can just bring this thing up here. So this one, I don't need it. I'll take it away. Now, this part is very important later. So this is the gender. Now, you see the same concept we had earlier. You see it now. So we have the gender, we have the marital status. So that one is even across board. It looks like it's everywhere. That one look like everywhere, everywhere, everywhere. Okay, it's not here. Okay, it's still here. It's still here. So it looks like that one is somewhere that I need to understand. So let me check something. So because one has to be sure that okay. So let's see. Let's analyze again. Wow, that was a problem. Yes, that was the problem. That was the problem. So I've removed it. So now you can't even trace where that error is coming from. It's just by you just being experienced to say, oh, well, what can it be? What can it be? That thing I just did now. You wouldn't be able to do it by just me looking at it. That's the bitter truth. It's just by just experience. Well, okay, usually the last column sometimes normally pick dot somewhere and we just bring everything in. And just by doing that, we're able to resolve that. So there's not supposed to be missing value here. So beyond, so this one that you are seeing here now is even still coming here. Look at me, oh, still coming here. Okay, okay. Now, unfortunately, I don't know how we arrive here, but let's try something. Let's try something. So, what can we try? Based on what I taught you, come to data, come to select. Now, come to if. I can just bring gender. No, no, no. Is this what I wanted? Okay. Not. Okay, I can use this because it's character. Let me use this. Not, let me just pick this. Not missing. Continue. Now let me deliberately filter unselected. So let's check it. I won't delete this time around so that I can know where the problem is coming from. So this time around, I'll go over it one after the other. One after the other. I want to see what it will cut out. I want to see what it will cut out. So we have 189 here. So I want to see where the remaining 90 is coming from. I want to see where the 190 is coming from. You see, this is an experience now that we will have to. How did we arrive? I'm not missing it. Okay, let's see. We are still having it. Okay, yes, this is correct. This is a normal missing. So this is normal. We must not have 190. We must not. If we have 190, our solution has not worked. So sometimes data preparation can be very crazy. It can be very, very crazy. Yes, it looks like we've been able to resolve it now. Yeah, yeah. It looks like we've been able to resolve it. Finally. Yep. Finally. Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, we yes. So finally we've been able to resolve it now. So we can now go ahead with this particular analysis. A moment, please. A moment, please. I want to quickly uh, connect the charger, please.
This is why you struggle with statistics. Let me guess. You sat through hours of statistics lecture and scribed through endless formula and you still don't feel confident doing real data analysis. It's not your fault. Most people were taught to memorize statistics and not to understand it. I am Dr. David Ifiolua, certified SaaS-based programmer, and
Okay. Let me know if you can hear me so that we can continue. I'm back. Let me know if you can hear me. Just let me know if you can hear me before I continue. I did not reset. I think we did this one for the first time, so there is no need to reset. I closed it. Let me know if you can hear me so that we can continue. If you cannot hear me, let me know. Okay, you can hear me. Okay, good. So we can continue. So that's just the concept of now. I have been able to clean that data. Now there is one thing here now, which is very paramount that we have to quickly look at now from the work here. Okay, let me now what I will do now is I will close this output and I'll reanalyze so that it will not I won't have too many things to contend with. Just come to analyze descriptive. Now, if you notice, for those of you that are observant, see that this thing is not part of the variables. This is the situation that I removed that error. That's one thing. So you have to understand that part. So fine. So and I have this data set. Now there's one more thing I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to now generate three new variables. I'm meant to generate three new variables. And the three new variables are what? So, okay, now if we come to, before we do this, let's come here. This is where we will know the three new variables that will conduct the inferential statistics on. So now, if you can see this place now, we have this part for this section D, and we have it on level of professional development. So we can call this one professional development. Then let's see what we have for B. We can call this one workplace democracy. Then the last one, we can call this one administrative effectiveness. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. Those are the three variables we are not trying to create administrative effectiveness. And for us to create administrative effectiveness, we will look for a way. So now, what I will do to make it now easier for me, what I will do to make it easier for me is here. From this I complete, I will turn it to so that it will be okay. 20 today's 1 2. Okay, so for the first one here now, we have 1 2 3 4 5, and we call it administrative effectiveness. Transform compute variable. I will call this one admin underscore effect. So I can bring it here and just copy it from here. Just put that one here. Now for me to do it, all I need to do is I'll just click, come here, statistical, and I'll pick mean. So picking mean, so I'll now start here. So I have comma. I'll pick this one too and send it, comma. I'll pick this one, I'll send it. So I'm going to have to use the mean. Do you understand what I'm trying to do here now? Please, maybe I should hold on here so that some of you can get me. I want to you see all those questions ask. So you are now going to collect their mean, and that's what you now use for proper differential analysis. So use, because I already used mean here, that's why I'm using comma rather than just doing sum and dividing by the number of things so it's mean value that you now use. Let me see if we understand what I'm trying to do. We only pick the questions that are under administrative, and that's about 20 of them, I think. 1 2 3 4. So we'll pick the question up to question 20. That's I report an address. Now I already made mistake. I keep on picking the same question. Yes. Let me know if you are with me. Let me just hold on. Let me know if you know what I'm trying to do here. Let me be sure you know what I'm trying to do here. Control to pick. No, 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 no. That's not the concept of what we are dealing with here. There is no concept of control here at all. We have not gotten to exercise. Sorry, experimental design. You don't talk about when you are talking about control. That's when you are performing experiments. So that's when you consider control. So this is not control concept. Like I want to know, I want to determine the administrative effectiveness of staff. Then I ask them different 20 questions. That is Daddy Toke James. I don't know. Okay, not at all. So you are not get what I'm trying to do here. Or that's what I'm trying to explain now, sir. Kome Ajayi, I will catch up as time goes on because okay, we are beginning to enter the deep part. You see, what I'm teaching here, I can beat my chest. You won't likely see this thing in anywhere. This is what we are currently teaching. Most people avoid it because when you collect questionnaire and you ask questions, please try and get this part. These are the real secret. A lot of people see this is what happened to so many researchers. When they have many questions like this and they want to analyze themselves, you now pick one question out of all of them and use, and that's how it works. You collect the mean of all the questions. Yeah, no, 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 no. We will not be able to do that because of the intention here. Look at what we will consider the sub when we are discussing. That's what we consider the sub because at the end of the day, all of these questions are going to become one for us. We have just one hypothesis to do. I'm responding to Ibukun Sanji. Yes. So I'm double sure of what I'm saying now. You know, the 20 questions are directly answering one, which will return us back to the hypothesis. You know, we have only three hypotheses, and that's why the person has three sections. Do you understand, Ibukun Olusoji? So the person has three sections because he has three hypotheses. Now, in the course of discussing the frequency part, you know, the frequency part that we said, we will break it down to subsections when we are trying to discuss. That's what we'll do in that angle. Yes, that's what we'll do. We'll find mean, not some. It will have to be the mean so that everything will still return back to first scale. That's why it has to be mean. So you do it for the three hypotheses. So that's how it works. So whatever thing you now have, you now see that it will return back to 3 point something, 1% at the end of the day for each of them. Because what you are trying to find out at the end of the day is the mean score. You didn't want, if I tell you that you are wicked, sorry, if I say, are you wicked? You will surely say that you are not wicked. So I now look at, this is psychological. You know, SPSS, I told us in the first part of the training that SPSS began from psychology students. So I now, instead of, that's why we have something we call Likert scale measurement. Instead of me asking you that, are you wicked? I will now say, if someone do me bad, do you, I do you, God no go vex. If I will have to help you and it will affect me, I will not bother. You know, I just make you feel at home, begin to ask simple questions around it that are not direct so that I can really bring out my final conclusion. That's the concept of the Likert scale. So you have those questions, you just have them, you put them together. Because I didn't mean, because what this person is trying to do is just to ascertain at the end of the day, we would have used frequency to answer all our questions, all our objectives. She has about 8 objectives anyway. So we would have used it to answer all those. However, in the place of the inferential statistics, look, let me show you so that you can be sure of what I'm saying. And there's one more thing I'm going to say now. I'm going to have to say something here. I'm going to have to say something here. Okay. Look, you see the objective. So that we have, okay, 6 objectives now. You see now. Now, but the research question are now 3, which is leading to 3 hypothesis. So if you are testing the hypothesis and you are not breaking that, and at the end of the day you have their mean each, you still not bring them again and say I find their mean each at the end of the day. Because look at what he's saying. There would be no significant influence of workspace democracy on administrative effectiveness of office managers in public university in Osun State. Have you seen that? Now, let's come to the question. Let's come to the question here. I want to believe, I'm really responding to, I love the engagement of Mr. David Adebola, Mr. Ibukolu Soji. So I want to believe maybe the academia. That's why I really have to give this thing attention. Yeah. A lot of people, this thing I'm sharing now, a lot of people do it wrongly. And I've had to face professors to explain to them and they understand eventually. So that's why I'm actually doing this. A lot. So look at what this person is saying now. I want you to follow me here, please. So, okay, section B, see now. So he's just using, this one is focused majorly on time. This one is focusing on efficient. I think he says the factors, there is no difference in factors affecting effectiveness. The whole thing changes. Then that's when we'll now do sub means. So those means will now use ANOVA to now check whether there's a difference in their rating at the end of the day. So how the person said their hypothesis is what that will determine the analysis we do. Somebody asked me the other time, how do we determine? This is how we determine. I really want to know whether you now understand it very well. Mr. Ibukolu Soji or Mrs. Looks like this is a Mr. And Mr. David. So that's the idea. I think the person is trying to check whether these variables, that there is a difference in their effect as touching to effectiveness, then we would have no choice than to use ANOVA, that's experimental design. So we are trying to now check whether there's a difference between all those small variables that he mentioned. I want to be sure you capture what I just shared here. Now, before we go ahead. I did that. Your following show that. Okay, I did that. Following show. Can you please let me know your feed? Are you in academia or you are in the industry? Please let me know. Let me know so that I will know how to come down and I will use your own case study to explain. I don't want it to daru. What we are explaining here is purely concept, so I want us to understand very well. I'm waiting for your response, Mr. Ibukolu Soji, if you agree with this concept I just explained. And Daddy Academia, okay, please help me. What department, please? Daddy, it's okay. I hope you are not getting the concept now. Please let me know. We have a lot of academia here. Okay, please don't just say academia. Let me know the department. Let me know your feed, your area. Yes. Oh, thank you, Mr. Ibukolu Soji. I'm happy I added value. I'm very passionate about that part. So where people normally mass communication now I understand. Where people normally miss it out is this part I'm talking about. They said now it may even amaze you, Mr. Ibukun. It may amaze you that is the intention of the researcher that sent me this work. I will still have to reach out to the person and ask a few questions. Probably we may not end up going back to correct the hypothesis because you are saying something very meaningful. But from the hypothesis set, which must have gone through, because this is a postgraduate research work, which must have gone through the proposal. That's what the person will have to do. Except if you will now change the hypothesis testing to now corroborate with this idea. However, research concept now, one can now also make that one another paper. You just look in that direction for another paper. That's how research from this data now one can publish another work totally different from the person's work. That's why people are not always ready to open their data sets and their work anyhow. Because from even one work, you can keep channel, you just pull it aside, you are publishing another work. Is it possible the subcategories when you pick all the questions? I didn't get this question. Okay, is it possible the subcategory affects results when you pick on? Yeah, no, in this context, no, it's the sub. No, it will not. The only thing it will do for us is during the frequency discuss general discussion of results. We would have used them. We will break them into pieces. Yes, that's what we will do. We would have used them while discussing that. At the in the course of discussing uh, the descriptive, we would have done all those, so it would have explained. But the concept of hypothesis, the concept of hypothesis testing. David Adebola, we are in academia. Just let me know your department, research and academics. I want to know your area of study. No, me, I'm a statistician, animal production and health. Oh, you people, you animal production and health. That was what my wife studied though. Okay, you did experimental design actually, so you understand the concept of ANOVA. We will be looking at secondary data next week. We'll do regression, correlation, all those things, chi-square. Secondary data next week. That's what we'll be handling next week. So don't miss next week at all. But I want us to understand this concept, and I'm about to say something. After this meal that I'm calculating, please pay attention to what I'm about to say here now. Okay, Kome Ajayi, postgraduate start. Wow, that's awesome. Okay, HIM. Okay, academic civil engineering. Oh, yeah, engineer Steven. I know you are in engineering, sir. All right. So now, yeah, I'm about to say something very critical here. Please pay attention. In the concept of creating liquor skill, there are a lot of models that they will ask you, are you adapting or you adopting? So some of them, they already have standard questions. You may do research on what I'm talking about now. They have standard questions that if you want to measure stress, there are standard questions you will ask. So if person is meeting up with a particular number, then you can say this person is highly stressed, is under stressed, is middle stressed. You know those things. The measure for we have for stress, we have for depression, we have a lot of scales like that. They are available. They are already in international journals that you can use. So in those cases, just say you are adopting their method. That's what you just say. Now, in those cases, you don't use mean, you use sum. So when you are not done using sum, you now grade it like we how did we do it? Now, what we did the other time that we said age between 20 and kidney coins. So that's how you now be able to determine that somebody is truly stressed. If you want to know whether somebody is truly stressed, and you ask this question, so there is a man that, okay, anybody that measure 50 is stressed. Anybody that measure between 40 and 49 is medium stress. You understand those kind of things. So we can also create our own from this place now. So that is what I will not be sharing here because it's an ongoing research for someone. I won't be able to share that part. Immediately after this class, I'm going to be calling the person to ask a few questions. This is where you need a professional analyst to ask relevant question in that field and be able to say, oh, we can go this way and that way. I will advise some of us that normally work with, that normally do research. Let us collaborate. You need a statistician before you collect your data. It's your statistician that will tell you the kind of data you should collect, or you understand the concept of data and their reality with your research. So many people collect wrong data that does not answer their research work. And the moment it does not answer your research work, you have results. You thank you very much. Passive stress questioner, thank you very much. You have result, but the result will not be answering. You are just reporting it, but it's not real. If it's deployed in a company, you will cause trouble. So you need to understand the concept of the data set itself before you connect it. You must know what you want to do. Does it? They may look alike, but they are not exactly the same way. So we need to pay attention to that part of data collection. You know that if the moment your aim will determine the kind of data you will be needing for your analysis. So if you want to collect secondary data, that kind of data you cannot collect, there is a way you have to go about it. If it's primary, there is a way you should structure your questionnaire to go direct. Like in this case now, you just have too many questions that I believe It's just tautology. Does not even align with the main work the person is trying to do, in my own opinion, like based on the objective the person has set and the hypothesis the person sets. Just imagine having to use 20 questions to answer one hypothesis. You know what that actually means. So it's just being unnecessarily bulky. However, one can always split it and be able to bring other papers out of it anyway. But at the end of the day, you would have been able to make a headway. I want to believe tonight's session is engaging and is helpful. I want to wait for the next 10 to 12 minutes, ask many questions regarding data analysis, whether what I discussed today or later, so that I can answer. If you have a challenge in your ongoing, maybe you are data collection stage, all those things, it's time to ask now so that we can go. You see that last week we spent a lot of time, the time was not even enough to complete data preparation last week. But now it's not like that, because analysis does not take time. It doesn't take time. Analysis is just few minutes. But if you don't pull your data in order, I can assure you it will take it like forever. All the analysis can give you take you in a different direction. Like there are some few things I did earlier today, that some of you just say, if they didn't tell you, just imagine you having to type this thing one by one. Just be wasting your time at the end of the day. But it's because one has been doing this thing over the years and one can keep on going in and out. That's how we have been able to identify some of this fast way to handle data analysis. So let me know if you have any question, and if you do not have, I will have to call it a day. Let me know if you have a question. Don't forget your attendance today. All of you have been seeing Dr. Ifeoluwa. I think it's now about time for me to also see you. It's about time for me to see you. So just send me your personal picture. You don't have to just snap it. Might be what you can also just snap it, but your personal picture that I will see you in future. I'll know it's your face, not the picture that I will not be able to know it's you. So just attach it as assignment. Then I will send you a real good assignment that you all have to handle. Full problem that you have to resolve. So you test hypothesis, you test, you just do a discussion for me, and we can be good to go. Next week will be very good for those of us that are interested in secondary data, like those of you that are always in the lab, working on something. HIM people, they already gave you data in, you have collected different data sets you want to analyze. That those are the people we'll be looking at. Let me be sure you are part of this session towards the tail end. Let me be sure. Just give me a sound, just give me a message so that I can know you are here. Then I must also say, please, I must, okay. It depends on the person you are working for, Mr. Tolu. Like you said, some questions are repetition. Can we filter only the useful out and ignore others so results won't? No, you may not do that. It's not ethical. It's not ethical. You may not do that because they may be representing something else entirely at the end of the day. So you don't determine people's mind. The moment the question is there, people have answered it, you analyze and report that way. Thank you, Mr. Ibukun Olusoji. I'm honored. Okay. Engineer Stephen, thank you. Madam Abolade is also an academia. Yeah, thank you for joining. I'm aware that Kolawole Victoria too is currently an academia. Yeah, I'm aware of that. Thank you also for joining. Who else do we have in the house? We have big men in our midst, so our daddies are here. So I cannot just be mentioning their name. They are just here silently learning and being part of us. Thank you for joining. Who else? Who else? Okay. If there's nothing more, okay, I was going to say the other time, please, I'm begging us, help us share the video. Then when you watch the video again, learn to comment. Most of all these are comments. They don't survive into the video eventually. So these videos are gone. Sorry, these comments will be gone at the end of the day. So what you will need now is when you watch video back for maybe when you are doing your assignment, or please always comment. Just comment normally, neutrally, so that we will have, it won't look like all our videos now, they don't have any comment at the end of the day. It's only people that didn't watch that end up putting comment. So when you watch, just put comment, just engage So because when we have engagement, then the SEO will help other people that are looking for things in that direction. Mr. Akpata is a professional hoping to join academia on a part-time, yeah, he's a health practitioner. Thank you for joining, Akpata. Thank you, Madam Esther and Jorin. Thank you for joining. I hope tonight is profitable. And now it's not looking simple, right? It's not looking simple. Because last week was like, yeah, everything scattered. No. That part, please don't jump last week. Watch last week video again. No, watch it. The solution I gave, what you learn a whole lot from that video. It will help you a whole lot. It will help you a lot. Are you going to explain deep on Lika's case so that we also can? Okay. The scale is just do a little search and understand the concept of the scale. That's just simple. It's not something serious. When you strongly agree, disagree, like what we have here, very low. It's just to measure. It's just measure. We have 7, we have 5, we have 4, we have 3. In fact, but more. The common one is the 5 on strongly agree, agree, neutral, disagree, and strongly disagree. Komi Ajayi, sorry. I think a lot of people find tonight. No, just always come uh, to the YouTube channel. Check the videos, and they're always there. Check them. Then I've told us to turn on the notification bell. If you have done that, when I uploaded that video, you should see it. I'm responding to Madam Abolade Fumilayo. Yes, so it's there. Is there. But okay, and then, where is Solace? Solace was here earlier. Are you still there, Madam Solace? Are you still there, Madam Solace? It will remove it again. No, Madam Solace, are you still there? Just learn to go through our pages. You will see some of these things. And after we are done, I will share this link again. You can just help us share and share your views. Tag us. My name is Oladapo David Ifeoluwa on all social media. You can tag us if you have really done something. Don't be shy to pull it up on your social media and let other people be part of it. So let me tell you the truth. I'm one of the people that believe that knowledge is not everywhere. Knowledge is not everywhere, but the people you give it to that will appreciate it. So that's the function. So you don't have to hold back. There are a lot of things that you can no longer hold back. You have to keep giving it back to the society. Variable view. Okay. And what's the question you want to ask? The Please ask the question, Mr. Toluwani Network. We have just 4 minutes to go. I'm waiting for Mr. Toluwani to ask his question. He said he asked question on variable view aspects. Okay. In the meantime, this is so good to hear. This is relieving to hear. Yes, you are very correct. You can use ordinal. Perfect. You are very correct. You can turn them to ordinal. Yes. You can turn them to ordinal. You can turn them to ordinal. Madam Solis, you are finally back. Thank you for joining us. I hope you enjoyed tonight. I hope it's a bit refreshing. Oh, unless I forget, I've decided to extend week 2 assignment to Monday. I will extend it to Monday so that you can have enough time to watch video again and resubmit. For those of us that submitted wrong thing earlier, I know I gave you 10 marks. For me, my student knows me. When I give assignment, I reward you for doing it completely. Whether you get it or not. No, that's not the test. For me, it's not about being strict to it. With whether no. The moment you do it, you have attempt, you get your full mark. That's the way it works for me. So for most of you that you see 10-10, it doesn't mean you are fully correct with your approach. It doesn't mean, but I'm just giving it because you have attempted, so you deserve all the full marks. So at the end of the day, most of us will be able to qualify to get the certificate. Thank you for joining us. I want to believe we've had a very beautiful night. I love you all. Please don't forget, follow me on all my social media. Follow me on all social media. I'm begging, so that you can engage our content and a lot of people can be part of it. You want this thing to get to people. My target are non-statisticians, people who are using statistics daily and using it wrongly. So many of them just run to ChatGPT, pull it and say, no, 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 no. A lot of people are doing a lot of mistakes. So many of you that are here now that have been around this, you begin to see what I'm talking about. And so many people don't know. And we can't continue like this raising new generation. Thank you for joining. I love you. Peace out.